Welcome back to the channel, everybody. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you my Labrynth Deck Profile. This deck is almost complete. I am actually missing one card from it, but it's on the way. But I couldn't wait to show this to you guys. So without further ado, let's get started. For the first card, I'd run 2 Ariana the Labyrinth Servants. Has the effect of this card's normal special summon. You can add a Labyrinth card from your deck to your hand, except for itself. If a monster would leave the field by your normal trap except during a damage step, you can draw a card, then apply the effect to set a spell or trap, or special summon 1 fiend monster from your hand. Then I run 1 Arion, has the effect that you can send 1 normal trap from your hand that is set on the field to the graveyard, and special summon 1 level 4 or lower fiend monster from your deck in defense position. If another monster would leave the field by your normal trap, except for during damage step, you can draw a card and apply the effect from your hands, either special summon a fiend monster or set 1 spell or trap. So you basically want to use this to get out your Ariana if you open with Arion, just to get out Ariana, and then apply the effects of Ariana. And then next up, I have 3 Arios the Butler, Labrynth Butler. During the main phase, quick effect, you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard and special summon 1 Labrynth monster or set 1 normal trap from your hand. The set normal trap card can be activated this turn. When your opponent activates a card or effect in response to your card or effect activation of a normal trap or Labrynth card, except for Ariel's Labrynth Butler quick effect, you can activate this effect in the graveyard, special summon this card. Next up, I know that a lot of people run 2, but she's a big monster. There's no reason why you shouldn't run 3. 3 Lady Labrynth of the Silver Castle. While you control a set card, your opponent cannot target this card with effects, also cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. And you can only use each effect Lady Labrynth once per turn. If a Labrynth card or effect or a normal trap card was activated, except during the damage step, quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position. When a normal trap card is activated, quick effect, you can set 1 normal trap with a different name directly from your deck. And of course, 1 lovely Labrynth of the Silver Castle has the effect that your opponent cannot activate monster effects in response to the activation of your normal trap cards. You can only activate each of the following effects once per turn. You can target 1 normal trap card in your graveyard and set it to your field, but it cannot be activated unless you control a fiend monster. If another monster leaves the field by your normal trap effect, except during a damage step, you can destroy 1 card in your opponent's hand at random or of the field. Now for the furniture pieces, I run 2 Chandeliers. Quick effect, you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard, discard 1 card, set 1 Labyrinth spell trap directly from your hand or deck. If a monster leaves the field by your normal trap effect while this card's in your graveyard, you can add this card to your hand and you can only use each effect once per turn. 2 Stovies, has pretty much the same effect as Chandelier. Quick effect, you send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard, discard 1 card, and set 1 Labyrinth spell or trap directly from your hand or deck. If a monster leaves the field by your normal trap effect while this card's in your graveyard, you can special summon this card, and you can use each effect once per turn. And then 2 Coup Clocks. This card has the effect that you can discard from your hand, and then you can activate 1 normal trap that was set this turn if you control a Labyrinth monster. If a card is sent from the hand to the graveyard, to activate your normal trap card or your Labyrinth card or effect, except for Coup Clock while this card's in your graveyard, you can add this card to your hand or special summon it. And for the last monster is of course 3 Ash Blossoms, best hand trap in the entire deck. Now I only run 2 spells and they're both Labrynth. Because everybody's running Lightning Storms, Harvest Feather Duster, anything that can pop a field spell. The Ashen deck is definitely one to watch out for when it comes to your field spells. This one has the effect that you can if you activate a set Welcome Labyrinth normal trap, you can add this additional effect to that card's activation at resolution. Also, after that, destroy one card in the field, and if you activate a non-Labrynth normal trap, except during a damage step, you can special summon one Fiend monster from your hand or graveyard. So that's a recycle card as well. Next up for the traps is 3 big Welcome Labyrinths. As I said, the deck is nearly complete. I'm just waiting on my last big Welcome Labyrinth to come in the mail. This card has the effect that you can special summon one Labyrinth monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard, then return one monster you control to the hand. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one Fiend monster you control, or if you control a level 8 or higher Fiend monster, you can target one card your opponent controls instead and return that card to the hand. 3 Welcome Labyrinths. Special summon one Labyrinth monster from your deck. Also, until the end of the next turn after this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters from the deck or extra deck except for Fiend monsters. If a monster leaves the field by your normal trap effect while this card's in your graveyard, except for the turn it was activated, you can set this card. Next, I run 2 transaction rollbacks. Pay half your life points, then target one normal trap in your opponent's graveyard, except for transaction rollback. This effect becomes that card's activation effect. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then pay half your life points and target one normal trap in your own graveyard, and then this effect becomes that card's activation. For the Tempais, I run 2 Destructive Karma Cannons. Change as many monsters on the field as possible to face-down defense position. Then, if either player controls a face-up monster, they must send all face-up monsters they control to the graveyard. As I said, that comes really good and handy for Tempais. But also, if your opponent's running like a Lake deck, since Lakes cannot go in defense position, then they lose their Lake monsters. 2 Trap Tricks. Banish one normal trap from your deck except for Trap Tricks and set one card with the same name directly from your deck. Also, it can be activated this turn. You can only activate one trap card for the rest of this turn after this card resolves. 2 Dogmatic Punishments. Target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Send one monster with an equal or higher attack from your extra deck to the graveyard, and if you do, destroy that monster. Till the end of the next turn, after this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck, and you can activate one Dogmatic Punishment per turn. Then I run 1 Ice Barrier. When an attack is declared involving an opponent's monster, change that monster's attack to 0, negate its effects, also cannot change its battle position. You can banish this card from your graveyard, send one level 5 or higher water monster from your deck to your graveyard. Not really necessary. Second effect is not really worth talking about because this is a dark deck only. 1 Ice Dragon's Prison. Target one monster your opponent controls, special summon it to your field, but if its effects are negated, then you can banish one monster from both players' fields that have the same type as each other. 1 Archfiend's Ghastly Glitch. If you control a Fiend monster, target one card in the field, destroy it, then you can send one Fiend monster from your deck to your graveyard. One of my favorite cards, Compulsory Evacuation Device. Target one monster on the field and return that target to the hand. This comes really good handy with your Ariana and Ariana effect, because then you can draw a card and then activate the secondary effect. And then last but not least, 3 Infinite Impermanences. Second best hand trap in the deck. On to the extra deck. 1 Relinquished Anima. It takes 1 level 1 monster except for a token. You can target 1 face-up monster this card points to. Equip that face-up monster to this card, max 1. You can only use this effect of Relinquished Anima once per turn. This card gains attack equal to that equipped monster. 1 IP Masquerena. During your opponent's main phase, you can quick effect immediately after this effect resolves. Link summon 1 Link monster using materials you control, including this card, and you can only use that effect once per turn. A Link monster that is used with this card's material cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects. 1 Mudcracker from the Underworld. Cannot be used as Link material the turn it is Link summoned. If a monster you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you contribute a Fiend monster instead. You can target 1 Fiend monster in your graveyard except for itself, and discard 1 card if you do special summon that monster. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except Fiend monsters. And then a lot of people have SP Little Knight. Well, I have something that's alternatively, in my eyes, a little bit better. I run Sky Striker Ace Azalea. It takes 2 light and or dark monsters. Must be link summoned. You can only special summon one Sky Striker Ace Azalea once per turn. If this card is special summoned, you can target one card in the field, destroy it. Then if you have 3 or less spells in your graveyard, send this card to the graveyard. Once per turn, at the start of the damage step, if this card battles an opponent's monster, you can banish one spell from your graveyard and destroy that opponent's monster. 1 dark to rob people's graveyard. 1 Nightmare Unicorn to spin a card back. 1 Appaloosa has the effect that it gains Omni Negates for every link material you use to bring out this card. And of course, my big guy, Access Code Talker, has the effect that you can target 1 link monster in your graveyard. This card gains attack equal to that number's link rating. And also you can banish a link monster from your graveyard and then destroy a card in the field, and the effects cannot be negated. 1 Ignimaster Pack Bit. This card is sent to the graveyard. You can target 1 monster in your graveyard or 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Discard 1 card. If you do, place that monster in its own spell and trap card zone. 1 Chaos Angel, because you don't need a tuner to bring it out as long as you have a light and or dark monster on the field. Light effects are synchro summon monsters you control are unaffected by monster effects activated by your opponent. And all dark monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle. This also has the effect that if this card is special summon, you can target 1 card on the field and banish it. 1 Garura as a dogmatic punishment target, so that way you can draw a card as well as pop a card on the opponent's field. 1 Elder Entity Entes, because it also can pop a card. So when you activate dogmatic punishment, if you can send this to the graveyard, you get to pop 2 cards. 1 Baphomet, because it has a graveyard effect that you can banish it and special summon a fiend monster from your graveyard. 1 Albion the Sanctifier Dragon as another dogmatic punishment target. This has the graveyard effect that you can special summon it by tributing 4 monsters on the field, 2 in the extra card zone and 2 in the main monster zone. So it's just nice to get out another big beast monster. And then, of course, 1 Superstar Slayer Typhon Sky Crisis. That's a last resort card because it stops you from normal summon and special summon for the rest of the turn. Monsters with 3,000 attack or more cannot activate their effects. And also you can detach material from this card and then target 1 card on the field and then return one monster from the field to the hand. Well, that's it for the deck, everybody. Let's see if we can do a test hand real quick. Let's see what we got here. Transaction Rollback, Crew Clock, Lady, Dogmatic Punishment, and Shangri-La. Okay. So the best thing about this deck is even during your opponent's turn, you can get out your monsters really easily. Say you go second. Opponent says draw phase, standby phase. During a standby phase, you'll activate Shangri-La, send it to the graveyard, and then discard a card to set a normal trap, which would be Welcome Labrynth. Quick effect, because you activated a Labrynth card or effect, special summon Lady Labrynth from your hand in defense position. And now you'll discard Q Clock to activate your set Welcome Labrynth, so that way you can activate the effect of Welcome Labrynth, and you'll get out, say, you can get out another Lady Labrynth, you can get out Ariana to continue to do more combos while your opponent's waiting to even have his first turn. But we'll grab Lovely just because Lovely has the effect that you cannot activate monster effects during your trap effects. And then banish transaction rollback, activate Welcome Labyrinth again. You may just paid half your life points, but then you just get to activate another effect. We'll get out a second Lady Labyrinth. So during your opponent's standby phase, you already have 3 big monsters on the field. 1 Lady Labyrinth in defense, 1 in attack, and 1 lovely. And then, of course, you'll be able to set Dogmatic Punishment on your turn. Let's see what we can draw for our first turn. 1 Arion. Alright. This card is normal. You can send 1 normal trap card from your hand or that's set on the field. Special summon 1 for a lower fiend monster. So I'll normal summon that. I'll send Dogmatic Punishment. Special summon Arion in defense. Arion's effect. I will grab Big Welcome Labyrinth. Let's see. Lovely's effect is I can target 1 more trap in my graveyard, so it's my field, but it cannot be activated unless you control a fiend monster. So I'll activate the effect. Grab Dogmatic Punishment just in case. If your opponent has a monster in the field, then I'll activate it so that way I can dump, say, Entes. So that way, not only do you have a card pop from Dogmatic Punishment, but you can also pop a card on your opponent's field with Elder Energy Entes. And now the cards left the field while you control Arion and Ariana. They both have the effect that they can draw a card. And let's see. I believe the one is that you can special summon a fiend monster, set 1 spell a trap. So I'll just set Big Welcome. And then, of course, I have Arias. The only downside to me activating that Dogmatic Punishment is until the end of the next turn. I can special summon a monster from the extra deck. But now it'd be my turn. I'll switch that to attack. And more than likely, if I've cleared the opponent's board, right there is 8,900 life points. Well, that's it for a good test hand. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I apologize for my stuttering. I'm kind of under the weather today, so please like and subscribe. Comment down below what you guys think. Is this a good build? Do you guys think it's a good trap ratio? Do you think I have too many monsters? Let me know. And until then, I'll see you guys on the next video.